Okay, to close out today's show, let's turn our attention to Paris, where the Summer Olympics are set to begin in just over a month. I know, a month, right? They snuck up on us. Now, amid all the challenges that the world is currently facing, and there are some, French officials are working to ensure the security of the Games. From an operational perspective, protecting the Olympic Games is always a monumental effort. But in times of turmoil or global crisis, and our current times certainly qualify, the job becomes even more difficult. Now, the threat, it's not just theoretical, right? French officials have said that so far, authorities have already thwarted at least 2 terror schemes aimed at the upcoming Games. So just what are authorities doing to keep things safe? Well, as we speak, construction crews in Paris are building a massive military camp for troops tasked with keeping the Summer Olympic Games safe. French officials have said it will be the largest mainland army camp seen in the country since World War II. It's a tall order, as right now they need to build row upon row of temporary barracks to house an estimated 4,500 troops. The effort is breaking construction records for France and is expected to be completed after only 65 days. Troops are anticipated to begin arriving in early July, and at that point, they'll have just 2 weeks to secure the highly anticipated opening ceremony of the 2024 Olympics along the banks of the River Seine. You didn't know I spoke French, did you? The construction comes as warnings emerge concerning potential terror attacks targeting the Games. A report from cybersecurity firm Recorded Future indicates that although cyber attacks are highly probable, the primary risk to the Paris Games will stem from physical threats. They caution that the Islamic State has been disseminating propaganda, encouraging its followers to replicate the November 2015 terrorist attacks in Paris, which included a suicide bombing at the Stade de France, the primary venue for the 2024 Paris Olympic Games. U.S. officials have also warned that ISIS-K, which is, of course, an offshoot of the Islamic State, has gained momentum following its lethal attacks in Iran in January, and of course their attack on the Moscow concert hall in March. Now, to counter the threat, a total of 18,000 military personnel will be on hand from July 26th to August 11th. And if you think that's a large number, well, the personnel will also provide support to 45,000 individuals from internal security forces and local police, in addition to a daily contingent of private security guards numbering roughly 22,000. Now, all those troops, the local police, the security forces, security guards, the fencing, the access controls, the canine units, barriers, cameras, well, that's just the security that you can see. That's the security that the public is aware of. Behind the scenes, off the radar, but just as important, there's a massive amount of work, coordination, and liaison between the security and intelligence elements of a large number of nations working together to identify and mitigate potential threats. It's an enormous counterterrorism operation. Every potential threat needs to be investigated. Every potential target needs to be monitored. Every lead pursued. Terrorists, well, they're attracted to large events like moths to a flame. Any major event, whether in the U.S. or overseas, any memorable date or anniversary, you have to assume that one or another terrorist group, or perhaps a lone wolf operating out of sympathy for whatever cause, sees that event or that anniversary as an opportunity. Now, you combine what's going on in the world today, the conflict in the Middle East, the war in Ukraine, with the scope and scale of the Paris Olympics, and yeah, it's a security nightmare. And on that cheery note, well, that's all the time we have for the PDB Situation Report this week. If you have any questions or comments, please reach out to me at pdb@thefirsttv.com. We love to hear from you. To listen to the podcast of this show ad-free, of course, as you know, become a premium member of the President's Daily Brief by visiting pdbpremium.com. Nothing could be easier. I'm Mike Baker. Until next time, well, you know what I'm about to say. Stay informed, stay safe, stay cool.